And good morning. And guess where we're going?
Exploring?
You probably don't even have a clue.
Surprised me.
I think that's what I'm going to do. Didn't you say you liked elephants?
I love elephants.
You love elephants?
I love babies.
Do you have the memory of an elephant?
Sometimes. Depends on what I want to remember.
Okay. Well, this morning where we're going, it's got something to do with elephants.
Rolling down the road, got my sights set high. From Tennessee skies to the mountains wide in my Roadtrek Zion, chasing the sun. Woodall's RVNUSA, living the dream, enjoying the day.
And here we go. Well, I guess you thought today's journey was taking us somewhere like a zoo? No, not even a circus. But today Melissa and I are headed to West Tennessee, just about 2.5 hours from our home, where we will be visiting one of the United States' largest. And yes, I said largest. So keep that thinking cap on. Get ready to live the dream and enjoy the day. So sit right back, get you a cup of coffee, and enjoy the ride. And good morning.
Good morning.
How'd you sleep?
Pretty good. It was quiet.
I know it was like the campsite here. There was nobody out. I mean, nobody. Everybody was inside their campers. It was like they rolled up the doors at 6 o'clock and nobody was out. But it is so peaceful up here where we're at. And, you know, you really hate to even tell anybody about this place because if you do, it's not going to be long. It'll be covered up. But, you know,
especially when he expands.
Yes, especially when he expands. You know, he's having a rough time right now with all the trees and everything that happened during the tornado. But like he said, he's working on it every day, and he's got a guy up here that's got a track hole and a skid steer and stuff, and they're moving logs and loading them. It's a small operation, but it's efficient. It'll get there.
He's got 16 campsites right now.
Yeah, 16 campsites right now, and he's working on some tent campsites that'll be coming in before long. And also he talked about being able to put like some little cabins down on that ridge.
Down on the ridge
there.
later on.
Later on.
He has big plans.
Yeah, he's got big plans. And the good thing is, you know, people supports him and helps him out here. Eventually he'll be able to.
He's got probably 5, maybe 6 full-time people that are kind of staying here.
Yeah,
they stay all summer long. I seen one site from as far away as North Carolina.
Oh yeah, and so that's helping him. That's giving him a steady income coming in. Now let me tell you something. Those bathrooms were fantastic. That's probably been some of the best bathrooms that we've been to. I don't know why people can't fix something like that. You've got the thing I like about it is you're not just bunched up. You've actually got room in there to take a shower and sit down and everything else. Put your clothes on. It just made it nice.
Yeah,
it was
rainfall shower head's nice.
Oh, rain
shower head was really nice. I had never used one of them, but I have
Now you know why I wanted one at the house.
Well, I understand that now, but it was good. But the only thing about them, there's advantages and disadvantages. The disadvantage is you're going to get wet on your head. So for y'all women that wants to keep their hair dry, unless you put it in one of those little thingamadoochies, you're going to get wet when you get in there. So
us women know how to do it.
Y'all know how to do it.
Yeah,
okay.
we know
That
how to do
made
it.
good. So now we're fixing to take off to our other adventure. We're going to get started early this morning. I was going to get Melissa to show you how she fixed breakfast in the van, but that's for another day. Now, I don't know about y'all, but we just got ready to come out of the campground. There was a turkey just run right across the road in front of us. The wildlife's out up here right now, and it really was pretty. And buddy, it was a moving on, wasn't it?
It's a big one too.
It was a big old turkey. Hello, buddy. How are you? And here we are. This is where we're at, to the USA's largest elephant sanctuary, right here in Hohenwald, Tennessee. We told you it was going to be a surprise. What do you think?
It's great. We're actually at the Discovery Center right now, which is in the town of Hohenwald. It's in the center of town.
We're fixing to get ready to go inside the museum. We're going to go look around. So we're going to carry you with us as we go on this little journey. So stick around and watch us. Have you heard? Hohenwald's home to elephants. Founded in 1995, the Elephant Sanctuary has grown to become the nation's largest natural habitat refuge for Asian African elephants. The sanctuary provides elephants with individualized care, the companionship of a herd, and a spacious haven dedicated to their well-being. Nearly all elephants at the sanctuary were born in the wild. They have spent a lifetime on exhibit or performing for crowds. Now retired for zoos and circuses, the sanctuary residents are simply elephants among other elephants. Though the elephants are not on public view, learn more about these magnificent creatures here inside the Elephant Discovery Center. Okay.
Look, it's a cute little t-shirt. Elephants shape our world.
Turn it around here where I can see it.
It's cute.
Yeah.
Stationery. There's some hoodies, some more t-shirts back here, bags. And this is more my style. That's cute.
Turn it around.
That one's called Nosy.
You gotta hold it up. I can't see it. There you go.
So I guess each one has their own shirt. I have to have one of these four-leaf. I'm a t-shirt kind of girl. That one's Eddie. So they got t-shirts with different elephants on them.
And this is actually inside the Discovery Center, right off of Main Street. And this is telling about all the, I guess it's their teeth. Yeah, their teeth. Steve, how long have you worked here?
Just 2 years.
2 years?
Yes.
Are you from here?
I'm not.
You're not?
From Florida originally.
From Florida?
Yeah.
So
Where are you folks from?
we're Winchester, Tennessee. is where we're
Oh,
from.
okay, nice.
So we're not far away. We just didn't know
It's
it.
the first time here.
Oh, yeah.
Here. That's
Yeah.
great. So I just have to say we don't get to see elephants here.
No.
We're just the Discovery Center.
right,
Okay, good.
right.
good.
We knew that.
Some people come in and got like, well, when do I get to go down and see the elephants? So we
they
really
get-
do try to do it.
whole
We're
different
respectful for those
location.
guys.
Yeah, they get the quiet
That's
quiet
good.
time, I guess.
So you're just out on a weekend cruising around a little bit?
Yeah, we're just out.
Yeah. Now the sanctuary itself, do they
It's
still?
about 2 miles from here.
Yeah, I was going to say, do they still let people come over there?
No, ma'am, not at all.
Okay,
Yeah, we do have volunteer days, so a few days of the year, folks will come out and help us do projects.
Yeah.
But they're not touring the elephants, they're actually doing some stuff.
Okay.
with the,
I know they said they used to let people come out there. If you would call and make a reservation or something, you could come out.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, so today we have 12 elephants, 7 Africans and 5 females, 5 Asians, and they live in various habitats there. The habitats are pretty large, some of them. We're currently constructing a new habitat's about 130 acres, so they've got a lot of space. What are you guys working on a project?
Yeah. Yeah, our kids were, our grandkids and our children were like, well, y'all got a camper. Where y'all going to go? What are y'all going to do? How are we going to keep up with y'all? So we decided
This is what we're doing. We're documenting all
we're
the
documenting
trips.
it, and we're like, then you can we'll just share a link with you, and you can go with us.
Cool. So how are you doing it? Where are you sharing it?
We've got he started a YouTube channel
That we just started. Yeah. And you got to get with the groove. You know, you got to
because our kids watch YouTube.
Well, that's
you know, grandkids, they get their little tablets, which their mama allows them to watch certain things. So we're like, this will be something, because our grandkids thought it was the grandest thing in the world because we bought a camper.
I don't know which wall you start on first.
Just start there, go down this way, come back around. Building trust, providing care. See, there's one of their live feeds.
Yeah, there's a live feed right now.
They were cleaning his hooves.
Well, were we disappointed we did not get to be with the elephants? I know they've lived hard and performed many circus shows and viewed many kids and parents at the zoo. Now it is time for them to enjoy their retirement as we do. Now their days are filled with love and care that only the sanctuary can give. So the answer to your question is no. Melissa and I got to visit by live stream. You know, I just wonder if they can tell we're watching them in their new environment. And for us, the rest of the day will be spent in downtown Hohenwald and surrounding areas.
This is telling you about the habitat acreage. It says how big are elephants. The Asian habitat, 1,700 acres. The Q habitat, which is, I guess, the quarantine habitat, is 220, and the African habitat is 300 acres. One August afternoon in 2016, caregivers were thrilled to witness something that they had never observed before. Tara was swimming all the way across the lake. Although it's common for elephants in Asia habitat to wade in the lake, caregivers described the incredible sight as they watched Tara fully immersed. I'm trying to assume it may be like a mechanical type thing, because look, it's got straps on it that people could get in. I bet you they could get in and walk it like in a parade. That'd be pretty neat. I bet it's heavy though.
Okay, and one of the things you really want to make sure that you do is please donate to the Elephant Sanctuary. It says $5, and it says thank you so much for visiting the Elephant Discovery Center to help create a better world for elephants. We suggest a donation of $5 per person. There you go.
We'll take care of a few little elephants.
Join the herd. A great place to begin a tour of Hohenwald is the Lewis County Museum of Natural History and Discovery Center. Located at 108 East Main Street, the museum presents the story of Lewis County, beginning with the prehistoric peoples who built the hunting camps there.
Be like what an old cabin was like back in the day.
You will see some of the oldest pottery shards uncovered in the southeast United States. The exhibit on Meriwether Lewis includes the key to the cabin where Lewis died, exhibits on early American settlement, the Civil War, Gordonsburg, mining, and Swiss settlement will give a better understanding of what you will see in Lewis County.
bale from the Laurel Hill Cotton Mill Factory.
The museum also contains one of the largest collections of wild game trophies in the Western Hemisphere. The recorded voices of Dan and Margaret Maddox, who acquired the collection over half a century ago, will guide you through the exhibits. Dan Maddox, Nashville's famed RCA Studio B, and owned a farm in Lewis County. New video presentations showed the African animals in their natural habitats. The Discovery Center on the museum campus allows visitors to explore the relationship between humans and nature, and then see how humans have adapted to the environment.
A dink dink.
A dink dink.
Uh-huh. I want one. Ain't that pretty? What kinds of little birds?
Look at the little houses, the little nests. All different kinds. What do you find in Hohenwald,
Water buffaloes.
Tennessee? Look how big it is.
I bet just to see.
How big that is.
I know it.
It's huge. Meriwether Lewis kept a journal to record the plants he saw in the West. It was the first time anyone other than the American Indians living in this area had seen the plants. Members of the Lewis and Clark Trail Heritage Foundation collected these plants from the area Lewis and Clark explored. A national memorial service was held for Lewis in 2009 on the 200th anniversary of his death. As part of the service, the members brought the plants from the Lewis and Clark Trail and laid them on his grave.
Was Lewis and Clark called me the interpreter squaw Janie, the Indian woman, and Sacagawea. I am called Sacagawea, the bird woman of the Hadassah.
And inside the gift shop of the Lewis and Clark expedition, you can find books that have about Lewis County, Tennessee. Well, you know what? That was really something. I have never seen as many animals, African and wherever all that was, but it was, and You're right here in Hohenwald, Tennessee.
I'm telling you.
It's been an adventure, and I'm telling y'all, you need to get out and come to Hohenwald, Tennessee if you've never been here before. There's a lot of history here, and just like you heard from the guy over at Grinder Switch the other day, that's as far as the United States used to go, is right in here before the West was opened up and everybody was able to go out west.
Yeah.
So we're finding out a lot of stuff, and so now we're fixing to go over and take a little walk through on a caboose that's out here in the parking lot that's owned by the Chamber of Commerce, we found out, and also an old Hohenwald Railroad depot. So we're going to go look at those. Now, coming up on the old railroad caboose, you can take and walk right around to it. It looks like you're going to be able to go inside and see around.
I'm going in.
It's a giant sized firecracker to put on a train track.
There's a little conductor desk.
And this is a place that somebody that was in a caboose could sit and watch out and look outside. Well over a century, the caboose, the cute car, was red and at the rear of the train. In years past, it served as integral function in the train operations. It carried the brakeman and the flagman. And this is a stove, I guess, that they can cook on.
Well, it kind of heated the building, keep them warm in the wintertime. Look, this is pretty neat. This is where the crew store their clothes. It's a closet. Old modern day, they had a toilet.
Bathroom.
Had a sink and
a chair.
and a potty.
An old icebox refrigerator. And this is walking out on the back of the caboose.
Go back that way, be easier if you get down.
Pretty neat. And this is visiting the caboose here at Hohenwald. And now we're going to take a walk over to the Hohenwald train depot.
If you can get in or not. There's an old-fashioned typewriter.
Telegraph.
Yeah, right here. You can see it from this side. You couldn't see it from the other
It's
side.
a little way. Benches right here. See
I
ya.
can't imagine having to sit on these and wait on the train.
That's what they used to have to do. This is the Discovery Center. And actually, we don't even know what the Discovery Center is. We're just going to walk out through it because it's here. But I can tell you one thing, it's shady. Yeah, I needed to get a little bit of a walk, yeah.
Well, that's one thing when you're driving in a Class B van, too. I always remember, when you can get a walk in, get a walk. It's not good to sit constantly and behind all this stuff. I don't know what this is.
Let's go right down here. See what this is.
Oh, they've got
It
paint.
looks like a fort.
Yeah, it's like murals on the back of the building. A fence can serve to provide people with vending and enemies from animals and catching their own harm. Inside the fence, the outer wall must be tall enough, so this was built. Entire fort and image is how they lived in that period. So this is how they built their forts.
And how tall are those walls? Those walls
know.
are probably 16.
That's got to be
20
20 foot.
foot,
Well, you
16
think
to
about
20
it, 20 foot, and then when they plant the ivy and stuff on it, and when the ivy grows on it from the outside, nobody knew if you had a lot of trees around it, it just looked like part of the forest.
Oh,
so it kept you hid.
Meriwether Lewis, who led the Lewis and Clark expedition across the American continent from 1803 to 1818. The explorers searched for new land that could be settled. Lewis died approximately 8 miles east of this site in 1809 and is buried near the spot where he died. These stones covered Lewis's grave. For over 150 years, they served as a base of the monument made by the state of Tennessee in 1848.
I'm still looking for four-leaf clovers. I know I'll find
You're still
one.
looking for four-leaf clovers?
Yeah, I know I'll find one day.
Well, we had a good time right here in Hohenwald. There was a lot to see, but as all things go, you've got to take off and go do other adventures. It's gonna make a hard decision.
I say we eat here and get pie there.
Eat here and get pie there.
Yeah, because they got pie. I seen it.
Okay. That is a Lewis and Clark all-you-can-eat lunch buffet.
It's pretty.
And over here is the
Junkyard Dog. So far, 2 people have passed me on the thing and said this is the best steak you'll ever eat.
All right, we're going to try this out and see what this is like.
Give me fried okra and sweet potato fries. Regular steak.
Just give me the
Regular ribeye? How would you like that cooked?
medium.
Okay, what 2 sides?
Just what's your vegetables? Broccoli.
Broccoli, green beans, fried okra,
Broccoli and green beans.
broccoli and green beans?
Yes.
All right. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
A little bread there. I know it's going to be good because I can tell just by looking at it. Well, I'm going to tell you, if you eat all those ribs, you will die. There's no way that you can eat all those ribs and that okra, and those are
Sweet potato fries.
Those fried, sweet potato fries.
They are, but they put salt on them instead of sugar.
I want you to look at this. Look at
That's
that
a steak.
That is a steak. Well, I guess the best thing for us to do is bless it, and then we'll have us something to eat. And Melissa is so hungry for pie, she's running across the road as fast as she can go.
I said, look at the outside of the building. Somebody's done some painting on this. They done a good job.
And the mural out front is just gorgeous. Somebody has spent a lot of time on this.
Well, that's the pies they got. They got a strawberry cake and cheesecake
And cookies.
and some kind of cookie.
Well, that was quick.
I'm full.
I think I'm ready to go back to the campground and just park for the rest of the day.
We got to go walk his food off.
Yeah, we got to go get this off there. So we're fixing to head over to the Meriwether
Park Memorial.
Park Memorial.
Says Meriwether Lewis, born Charlottesville, Virginia, August the 18th of 1771.
And I guess probably what we're getting ready to go into was what?
The Grinder House. Honor and commemoration-wise, Meriwether Lewis, a national hero in many ways. He is a classic American story. Against overwhelming odds, Lewis took a party of 32 other people almost 8,000 miles into a territory unknown to them and returned safely. In doing so, Lewis displayed many characteristics that our nation still values. He was an effective leader of the Corps of Discovery, working alongside his men at times and standing in front of them to lead others. He used his creative ingenuity to solve problems throughout his life. His enduring curiosity, integrity, and apparent fearlessness in the face of many dangers helped earn the respect of many people he encountered. Lewis's genuine desire to make a contribution to his country opened up the West for settlement. When we tell his story, we also tell the greater story of a growing nation. What happened at Grinder's Stand? On the afternoon of October the 10th, 1809, Meriwether Lewis left for the Old Natchez Trace and sought shelter in an inn called Grinder's Stand. Miss Grinder and her children made Lewis welcome. He slept in the main cabin. Miss Grinder and the children in a separate kitchen and servants in the barn. The full details of what happened that night may never be known. We do know that bleeding from 2 gunshot wounds, Meriwether Lewis died just after dawn. Natchez Trace, this plainly visible through long deserted road, is a section of the Natchez Trace evolved from the Buffalo and Indian Trails into the First National Highway of the Southwest, cut and opened under the authority of the United States government after treaties negotiated with the Chickasaw and the Choctaw Indians in 1801, part of the original foundation of the house.
You know what, Mama?
What?
I'm hungry.
You're hungry?
I'm hungry.
You're always hungry. All right, how about we cook some chicken bacon ranch Alfredo?
Chicken bacon ranch Alfredo.
Sounds good to me.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And how is everybody? I slept good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm stuffy.
Oh, you're always stuffy. If it ain't the bugs, it's the whatever. How in the world can I ever find a girl that don't like camping, but she likes camping, but she don't like the outside, but she does like the outside? Y'all figure that out for me, and if you've got any comments about it, let me know. But that's okay. But we had a good night. We had a good day yesterday. And now the sad thing is Melissa's got to go back to work. So, yeah, we got to go back home.
Unfortunately.
But until our next adventure.
Where we going next?
We can't tell yet.
We got to give them something to look forward to.
Well, we'll mention that later in something else that we do. But right now, we're not going to.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
So, for right now, I'm John.
I'm Melissa.
We are woodallsrvnusa.
Living the dream.
And enjoying the day.
Step by step, I've walked 100 miles and I still ain't sure just what I'm trying so hard to find. The night seems longer and the wind blows louder when you wandered so far from home. If I cross your mind, say a prayer, I'll find my way and get off of this lonely road. Off of this lonely road, off of this lonely road, off of this lonely road, off of this.
Thank y'all for coming along. Subscribe, hit that bell, and we'll see y'all next week.